everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Bengal Buzz. I'm Brianna Negron, and today we're basically just going to be debating with myself on whether fake it till you make it is good advice or not. Right now, my mind is kind of split, so I'm just going to spread out all my evidence, and we're going to see how you feel about it by the end. And maybe I'll make up my own mind by the end of this. So, generally, fake it till you make it means putting up a front of acting confident and feeling comfortable in a role until you really grow into that role and gain those skills. So for me, I feel like if you act all big and strong and like you know everything, people are going to expect things from you. And I don't feel comfortable taking my guesses and passing them off as truth. Because when you do that, it might affect another person. Part of me feels like this is kind of lying, while the other half of me wants to say that confidence is key and never let them see you falter. But here's where we go wrong. Because when everyone is thinking like this, everyone is putting up the illusion that they're perfect, it makes it harder for you when you do make a mistake. It's okay to show weakness and not know everything about your field of interest because information doesn't always come with practice. How can you practice something that you know nothing about? I feel like there's a little part where you ask for help and observe others, and then when you know what you're practicing and you know what you're doing is the correct way, then you can pretend like you've been doing it for years. But there's definitely a learning curve. Sometimes I think this is good advice for occasions like when you need a little confidence, meeting new people, or your first time ziplining, and you need a little push, and you try to act natural so you don't freak out. I think it's good advice for temporary situations like that. However, I can't accept it when it's like you're not being yourself, or when you're straight up telling lies or playing a guessing game with somebody, because that's no longer your own little confidence boost. That behavior is being put into the real world. Somebody is hearing you, and that somebody has a life and a mind as well. So the difference between the example earlier and how I feel right now is when I said you might need to fake it till you make it when you meet new people, that's being an introvert and pretending that being extroverted is your area of comfortability. But how I feel now is if you're trying to make friends and they're like super into some music artist and you know that, and maybe you like look up a few songs before you meet them, and then when that topic gets brought up, you can't just say, like, you can't just pretend you've always been a fan and that you can't like say, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I went to their concert like 10 years ago and it was really fun. And you're just lying. And that's kind of crazy. And then when they like ask you what your favorite song is, you have nothing. Or maybe you do have an answer because you did your research, but if you do answer their question successfully, you're lying, and they don't want to be your friend because you are being yourself. They want to be your friend because you're pretending to be somebody else. And that's kind of lame because that is like so awful when you feel like you have met somebody that you can make a connection with, or when you find out that someone that you thought you could trust to get information from has no idea what they're talking about and they feel okay lying to you. That's kind of weird. And it's even worse when you do give them advice on something that you're clueless about and it ends up hurting them or affecting something negatively in their life. So basically, I've decided through this episode that fake it till you make it is good advice to be taken responsibly. It's great to help you get through a presentation, but there's definitely a line, and you just have to remember to be yourself, and it's perfectly not okay to not know everything. So let me know what you think, and do you think that acting with confidence will make you successful, or do you think that showing vulnerability will help you get to where you need to be? These choices are always yours. Nobody's making you choose, and you know yourself far more than I do. So take this podcast and think about the information in it and figure out what style compliments you best. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode, and make sure you check out the FEHS newspaper Instagram account and website at roaringbangles.com. Remember to please take care of yourself, take care of your mind, and take care of your body. Bye, Bangles!